So Gianna, I believe this is the first time I'm reading for you, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
This is my first official reading.
Ooh. I hope you're scared. I'm kidding.
I am.
I'm kidding. Oh, don't be.
There's only one thing I'm afraid of.
Oh no. What is that?
Just like dying alone.
Oh, dying alone. Guess what? I have the same fear. So you're in very good company. You're in very good company. I don't typically get death predictions. So you're good to go, but that's helpful because if I do, I will know to edit that out and not tell you.
More on the love. No, I'm open to anything, like
Okay.
good, bad, ugly. One thing that I wanted to like touch on was like love and everything.
Sure, we'll go into relationship without a doubt. So I take it you have watched the session prep video, so you know about the 10-minute rule, and you just gave me what I need to like focus on. So let me go ahead and get into your energy here. So do me a favor and put both of your hands on your heart, especially since we're going to be working on relationship. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths together, but don't rush through them. Take your time because I need to connect to your energy. Okay. So go ahead and take 3 deep breaths for me, and I'll do it with you as well. Okay, and then after that last breath that you take there, go ahead and say your first name only. Say it out loud 3 times, please.
Gianna, Gianna, Gianna.
Wonderful. Okay, Gianna. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna be focusing, or at least starting with relationship, correct?
We can start wherever.
Okay, well, I think we can start off with relationship, and then what we'll do is like think of this as a conversation. So if somewhere along the line you want other information or you have other questions either about the same topic or something else, you can just steer me and guide me and just say, hey, Terry, can you look at this, that, or the other thing? And then if you're up for it, you don't have to, but towards the end, we'll start getting into some energy work if you want to. It's not mandatory, but I do offer it for our sessions, okay?
Okay.
So just feel free to ask, okay? This is your experience, so you need to drive because I want you to have the best experience possible. So why don't we, do you want me to just start off general in relationships, see what's going on, and then if you have the specific questions, you can ask those, or do you want to just start out with specific?
Start generally, and then
because a lot of times when I start off general, it actually starts, like molding into what it is that you need. So I'm looking into relationship with Gianna. Okay. Let's see what is going on here. Okay. So you let me know if you understand this, because again, the way the spirit world speaks to me and I interpret information is mostly metaphor. So first of all, this is a topic that is big on your head. I will tell you, you're very cerebral about it. It's borderline obsessive. You understand this?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah, because you got this guy, which is all about obsession. But you also have swords here, which is all about mental faculties. So this is something that you think about a lot. You do not think lightly on this topic. It also feels like this is interesting because I want to say, here's what I want to say. There's confusion in terms of being single. I don't know if you understand it when I say it like that. If not, let me say it this way. You're showing up as single, which typically for me means you either are single or you're in a relationship or some sort of collaboration or a partnership where one person isn't plugged in. But like, it's almost like there's some sort of confusion about being in partnership, period. So do you understand any of that?
I do. So I am single.
Okay, that's the best case scenario for you to be is actually single and show up as single. Okay, so go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, past experiences, it's always like the talking stage for a while, and then
Yeah.
it doesn't lead to anything.
Yeah.
And like my most recent one, I was like questioning whether or not like this was right for me, I guess, or like
Okay. Because there's a lot of confusion that's going on about relationships. So I'm glad that you clarified the fact that you're single. I personally feel better about it. Not that I have anything to do with this, but just like in terms of like caring and compassion for you,
Yeah.
because it sucks to be in that unrequited state. And there might still be some residual of that though, which is why it's showing up. So I don't know that you're completely over that. I don't know if you understand that or not.
Yeah.
How long ago was that last one?
So we kind of like called it quits last month.
Last month. Okay.
Yeah.
It's showing up as 3, so there may have been like either 3 months before or 3 months from now still some sort of like breakdown, or like that's maybe when things started to go awry, and I could be wrong, but it doesn't feel like it just came out of nowhere.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So it was in process, and that's this confusion. And I got to tell you, you still have this residual confusion in your energy, which is why I'm like, is she single? Is she not single? Whatever. But I'm glad that you're single. Here's what I will tell you. In case you are wondering whether you made the right decision or not, in terms of your end, your contribution, your responsibility in the ending of it, you did do good.
Okay.
You did good, because it's coming up as a he. I go by masculine energy, so I don't want to offend if it was a she.
It was a he.
It was a he. Okay, so what was his first name?
Glenn.
Glenn. Glenn didn't know what the hell he wanted either. Just so you know that. You have 2 people that are just confused, which means there's double the confusion. His intentions were good. Like he was kind. You understand this? He wasn't an asshole. He wasn't a jerk.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of what helped that confusion. Like, you're not a fuckface, so I can't just like leave you.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like you kind of, and this is something where it feels like it's a pattern in you. But since he was the last one, I'm sorry, please tell me his first name again.
Glenn.
Glenn. I wanted to call him Kyle. Did you ever know Kyle?
My cousin is marrying a Kyle.
Okay, because the name Kyle keeps coming up. Let's keep that in mind. Maybe if you go to that wedding, you might meet somebody. I don't know, but the name Kyle keeps coming up. So I'm just, and it's not often I get like specific names. So let's just keep that in the back of our head for whatever reason. Okay, Glenn. I just had to get that into my head, my human head here. So the pattern that I feel like is kind of showing up is that you're a bit too nice in relationships.
Okay.
You're a little too forgiving in terms of letting things go on for too long. Do you understand this?
Yeah.
So it's almost like you feel or you know something, and it's not like it has to be a big, huge thing. Most of the time, they're tiny little things that they will say or do where it kind of like hits you and it just doesn't feel right to you. But you overlook it, or you justify it or rationalize it. So that's where I say you're too nice, right? Because you're being really nice and considerate to them, but you're being horrible to yourself.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
It's called self-abandonment.
Okay.
So like you're basically in those moments. It's like your body, who is way smarter than you are, is telling you no, like this is not okay. But your brain, your mind is saying, no, it's fine. Like, it's okay. So in those moments, you're not taking good care of yourself. So there's a little bit more self-care that needs to happen with this too. Okay. So I know that this can be hard. I feel your heart. Like, you're such a precious soul. I love it. Like, you're similar to me in that way. But here's the thing, Gianna, it's like, there's something about also, do you understand like more traditional way of dating for you? Or there's something like you were taught to be more traditional or old school in terms of dating, or a connection to this? I don't know if you
I feel like I am more traditional in that way. So like I don't really do like the whole like hookup culture or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I prefer the traditional way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. There's like nothing wrong with that, but there's a belief system somewhere in there that you have to try your best or your hardest to win them over because it's so important for a relationship. So it's almost like you put so much, what it feels like, so much effort. And again, this comes with this obsession, like you have to get married, you have to have kids, it's like you have to be the perfect Wonder Woman. You understand this?
Yeah.
And so it feels like that's what you were taught. This, we don't come with manuals. So our parents, as well intended as they are, they fuck us up, they screw us up, not on purpose. Mine have done the same thing. I mean, like, I'm telling you, like, we humans can be hot messes, right? Well-intentioned. Sometimes parents are not well-intentioned. I don't feel like your parents were not well-intentioned. I feel like they were. But they teach us historical information. So that's where this whole traditional thing is coming from. And this is where that obsessive thinking is because the challenge is, and the struggle is that the old ways of being are no longer viable. And so that's the struggle that you're having in relationship. Now, I'm not saying don't be traditional. No, you have your criteria, you have your standards, you date in that way. But the mindset of I have to get married and I have to have a family, if you can just take out have to, you'll notice that your dating shifts. You have more opportunities and you do actually find someone sooner. Because what's happening is you're putting so much pressure on yourself. You're activating the law of repulsion energetically. Not, again, well-intentioned, yeah. But there's a program, your operating system in this now moment is saying, I have to get married, I have to do this. And therefore, when I date somebody, I have to be perfect. I have to do all these things. And it doesn't matter what I think, as long as they love me. Bottom line. And so that's the pattern that you're dealing with. And that's why you keep meeting either the same kind of guys or keep having the same kind of experiences. So in order to shift that and to move that, you have to start looking through a different lens, which is, I don't have to do anything. I choose. So you're kind of coming more from a victimization place versus a power place where I'm going to choose this. And you did something that isn't sitting right with me, I'm going to choose to say, no, that's okay. Instead of, yeah, that's okay. You understand? Because in that process, you're abandoning yourself and you're teaching and reinforcing that you don't matter. And that's where that pain is coming from. Like those tears that you just had is because you know that that's true.
Yeah.
And you don't want to treat yourself that way. Like, you know, you deserve more, but it's like, well, how do I do it? How do I get there? It's by really being aware and listening to your body and going, oh, that didn't feel right. And you can even question them. That's the other thing I feel like you give them authority. You understand this?
Yeah.
Like they almost like they're the boss of you. So it's hard for you to speak up too. Yeah. That's what's happening. So just in terms of relationship, like patterns, that's what's kind of going on here. And that's what's causing the obsession. And let me just share with you, I was like that for years. Now, I don't know how old you are in human years, but I got old. And I finally realized, okay, I am not going to be having kids. And therefore, since I'm not going to be having kids, I don't have to get married, which was big for me personally. And the only reason why I'm sharing that with you is because I come from a very traditional family, more conservative in that realm. And so I've had to, on purpose, with effort and work, break that pattern. And I'm still doing it, but I also have seen how it has stopped me from moving forward in terms of relationship. I mean, now I'm really grateful of where I am, but it wasn't where I thought I would be. And so even that has kind of come to like an inner conflict, an inner war, and a self-acceptance of the old me that had that thinking process. And I had to mourn the old her, the old Terry. So that's kind of like where you are. You're actually in a power place. It doesn't feel like it because you're now just discovering, oh, this is how I've been and this is how I am. Just right now, up until now, this is how you've been. But when you start to come online and you understand that you were taught how to be a certain way, and you don't have to, you can choose it instead of being victimized by it. It really energetically changes things. And then you start attracting different men, different experiences, and you get to your person a lot closer in time. Okay. So that's where we're going to start out. Do you have any other questions in regards to relationship? Do you have anything that you want to know? I can look further deeper into for you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, can you see if like I do end up like finding someone?
Yeah, let's take a little looky. I feel like you do. I definitely, like, you have a person. Here's the interesting thing. I'm getting chills on this, so I know I'm right. You're not going to like what I have to say, but I'm going to say it. You get it. You get the family.
Okay.
You get the partner. You get actually really good financial, stable marriage life, but you have to learn how to get it.
Okay.
So the journey to getting it, does that make any sense? Getting it. The journey to getting it is not going to be easy for you because it's about breaking your patterns. It's about breaking the habit of who Gianna is in romantic relationship, breaking that up so she can create a whole new identity, a whole new person who right now sounds scary as fuck because you haven't started that process. And then meeting back up with who you are in that now moment and actually having that family. So I do feel like you get the family, you do get what you want, but to get there for you is not going to be easy. And I can't bullshit and I can't sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
So my suggestion to you would be to start working on that and start looking into your patterns and start looking and understanding why you're doing it and coming online and doing things differently. Not the same, because you keep working the way you are in this now moment. I don't want to be so black and white because I really truly I believe with every fiber of my being that we choose our reality and we can create anything and change anything like that. Sometimes it takes longer because we do live in time space, and there's a space between where we are and where we want to be. Like, this is Gianna single and this is Gianna at her ultimate highest zenith of happiness. But you see that space in between? That's the journey. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't turn my phone off.
I was actually getting a call at the same time.
That's the journey, and it does take time to close that space. So that's what I'm talking about. But if you start, you start being open and willing to close that gap, you'll have it sooner than later, because otherwise, like I said, I don't want to be so black and white, but I just feel like, I don't want to say you won't find that person, but it's not going to be a pleasant trip.
Okay.
Like, it may not even pan out or work out as a potential timeline. If you don't start doing the work on yourself in relationship or in terms of relationship, what it feels like, and I want to be wrong because that means that you've done your work and you're working and healing on yourself. You marry somebody who's just not worthy of you, who doesn't value you, who doesn't respect you, and who isn't loyal to you. That's the thing I don't like. The loyalty steps out of the marriage.
Okay.
That doesn't feel like something you would appreciate.
Yeah,
So,
I would prefer the opposite.
Yeah, same here for you. I want only the best for you. You're such a precious soul. You have so much to offer. You just give a lot of yourself too much too soon. For people who don't meet you where you're at, you meet them where they're at and even go more. Like, you're abundant with your giving and they only give you this much, and so that depletes your energy and it defeats your heart and it breaks your heart. So no more of that. Okay. So it's time to start, it is time to start. God, I hate saying growing up, but I literally, right before I got online with you, I was like, Terry, you need to start making some changes in your business. It's time for you to grow up. And I'm like, no, I don't wanna. So basically, if you're saying, fuck off, Terry, I don't wanna, I understand. I was just saying that to little Terry was saying that to big Terry just now. So I hear you. But yes, should you go the route, again, it's all how you choose, but should you go the route? God, I feel like it's really good. It just will take time. And it'll be a bit of a painful process, but that's okay. I say go out there, get your heart broken as much as possible, as many times. I know that sounds fucking weird and maybe even on the cruel side to say, but with each heartbreak and each heartache, there's a breakthrough and you learn more. Oh, this is what I want. And it's important to focus on what you want. Don't focus on what you don't want. But yes, there's a potential and a possibility of a beautiful family, almost fairy tale like. So I like that for you. But again, it's up to you.
Yeah.
It's up to you. So yeah. So is there anything else I can answer for you while we're on this topic before we switch on it, move on to anything else for you?
I guess one question I was just like, I don't really know if it like is still the right question to ask, but I just wanted to know if you could if I've already met the person.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let me look. Maybe they've changed. Maybe they've grown up. Let's see. Hopefully that would be the best case. Yeah. I'll take a look. I don't. No. You got that. You got all swords in this. This is something you also think a lot about. Someone from your past, yes? Yeah. So you got lots of swords. I don't know if you can see this, but swords are all about, again, mental.
Okay.
I don't believe, well, here's what I can say. As of this conversation, because again, energy is fluid, and I do believe, I give every human probably too much credit, but I do believe, and I'm such a huge fan of repair and reconnection. I've done it before. I don't believe you have.
Okay.
I don't believe you have.
That's fine.
And I do believe that you will be coming out of the heartache that you feel, I think is you. It's not so much the men. I feel like the heartache that you feel is the realization there's something within you that's sort of regretting where you are in your life now. Like, I should have been in a different place. You understand this?
In terms of relationships, yeah. I think, like,
yeah, we're
always
still on
growing up,
relationship. Yeah.
Like I'm 23, and like I always thought, like, at this point,
at this age,
yeah.
That's so common. When I was 20, I thought I would have kids. I thought I would have at least my first child by the time I was 25. I'm 46 right now, 0 kids, not gonna have any. You don't have to choose the same path I chose, but the heartache that you're feeling is this sort of witnessing or observing that you're not where you're at and you should be somewhere else. But the thing is you shouldn't be anywhere else because you are where you are. And that's kind of a deep process. And I know that right now you're in, heartache and pain in regards to relationship. Like, I wish I was with my family already. I wish I had my created family already. Yeah. And that's the sadness really that you're feeling. It's not so much these men, although this last one, there was some, there's that residual confusion, but I got to tell you, you will be moving at least as you, first of all, if you start working, but as you start just, even with just time on its own, like if you want, write a letter to yourself, like where you are emotionally right now, and then write one to yourself on New Year's Eve, because I feel like you will have come so far from where you are right now, because you really are coming to more calmer, better waters in terms of relationship. And that in itself is just time. And that's because you are witnessing and observing and sort of stepping outside of yourself. What you need to do is you need to practice more kindness and compassion on yourself. You're really hard on yourself. You understand this,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you beat yourself up, and that's what's happening, is like you're beating yourself up, and then you're getting sad about the fact that you're not where you thought you should. So I'm just going to beat myself up more. So it's this vicious cycle. It's a vicious cycle. The bad news is you're going through it. The bad news is that you're the one causing it, but the good news is you're the one causing it. So that means you can actually do something about it. So as weird as it is, you're in like the perfect place, because at 23, my goodness, you have your whole life ahead of you. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. You're just putting a lot of pressure on yourself. And right now, the lesson that you need to learn is to stop putting pressure on yourself and breaking this habit of being who you are. I feel like I want to give you a homework assignment.
Okay.
I don't know if you're going to, I want it to be fun as fuck. I'd love for you to just go out on as many dates as possible. And it's like, I want to dare you to not make it serious.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Because it feels like, and I know this, again, it takes one to know one, because I'm also breaking out of a lot of patterns myself. I'm just doing it 20 years later than you. Just go out and have fun, and not be like, is this the one? Because that's the way I would actually approach dates, is I would say, is this the guy? Like, is he my partner? What I learned was that I wasn't giving it enough time to actually see. So I'd get into these really crappy relationships, all because that 1 or 2, 3, even 3 days, I was like, oh my God, they're perfect. They're my person. Mm-hmm. It takes time to see if someone is your person. Yeah. And so that's why I want you to be very mindful and aware of when you're being serious and going, okay, am I deeming this person my person? Am I already thinking about him for the rest of my life? Or can I just be super present? And right now we're going mini golfing or whatever. And things will start opening up again, thankfully, socially, because I do know that COVID wise, it's been really hard for all of us. Yes. But you're leaving rough waters in terms of relationship. So I do feel like you'll feel better towards the end of the year, but I don't want you to wait to the end of the year to start this little fun homework experiment of dating and just not seriously dating. I'm not saying you have to sleep around. That's up to you. I'm not talking about sexuality. I'm talking about, your approach mentally and emotionally. So you don't have to wait till the end of the year. In other words, you don't have to wait to feel better. As a matter of fact, don't, because again, this is an experiment. You're doing the opposite of what you normally do. You're going to break the habit. And the only way to do that is by doing something, not talking about it, doing it. So you're going to do your homework assignment, which is I'm going to date as much as possible, and I'm not going to make this serious. Okay. And you can date more than one guy at the same time, especially if you're not sleeping with them. There's no reason you shouldn't. But again, there's this construct of how dating should be and shouldn't be. To just really understand your operating system is outdated when it comes to that. So being more modern in that thought, that's why I'm saying be less serious, have more fun.
I'm too loyal. I know that.
I get it. Are you a Leo by any chance?
I'm an Aries.
Oh, you're a fire sign. That's why. Yeah. Of course. Yeah. Fire signs are really loyal. Even a Sagittarius who just kind of wants to play around. When they find somebody that they can connect with, they will be loyal. So Leo, fire sign, fellow fire sign, high five, woo. Yeah, we're loyal, but loyal doesn't mean abandoning yourself.
Right.
So we're not going to bypass this astrological fun thing by saying, oh, well, it's just, we're loyal.
Yeah.
we can be loyal and we can take care of ourselves. It doesn't have to be one or the other. And you've been operating the other way. You've been oring. So, but now you're kind of aware, although you probably were aware, but maybe in denial. And here comes Terry pushing this in your face, just like bringing it up. So it's lovely that this is being recorded, so you can go back and listen to this because you want that family. You've got a goal. And so let's get you to that goal, but there needs to be some tuning and tweaking, as much as possible. But yeah, I mean, I feel like your heart is in a much better place towards the end of this year, which is beautiful. Beautiful. So I want to hear all about that. And of course, all the dating, fun. Your goal is if you're not laughing and having fun, you're doing something wrong. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll put that pressure on you. Yeah. Is there anything
myself too? Like,
I'm sorry?
It's something I've told myself. Like, I just need to get out there, lower your standards, not for a partnership, but just for dates, just go out, have fun. Yes. Doesn't matter who it is.
Yes. So how do I say this? Because again, I don't want you to think I'm telling you to just go out and sleep around because it's not.
No, just first dates. Yeah.
It should be more casual.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not going to date to marry. You're going to date to date. You understand that when I say it that way, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what happens is just from an energetic perspective, you're just out going, having fun. You're feeling good because you're having fun. So that's what you're putting out. You're not putting out the serious vibeness that, by the way, fucking narcissists will love that. They'll be like, ooh, this one, she's going to love me. She's going to tell me how awesome I am. It's like they have their fucking radar, right? So they'll magnetize to you. You have no time for that. You have no time for that. You're having fun and a great time. So you want to match with equally, grow together, learn about each other, and then connect physically, and then just be like, yeah, we need to be exclusive because I'm having so much fun with you and you're having fun with me and I'm adoring you and you're adoring me, instead of I'm going to give you everything and then I'm going to attract the taker, someone who's going to take everything. And I'll be like, well, where the fuck? Come on. Hello. I love you, but you don't love me, but you're willing to take my energy and have sex with my body. Like, come on, so you're going to be just fine. And I love that you're just so young. I mean, you're young, you have your whole life ahead of you. So it's so great that you're learning it at this time. And I will tell you, it's really good. So let's stop poo-pooing also. Let's stop shitting on, oh, well, I have these issues and, I've been so like this, but you know what? It's also, it does have its benefits. Okay. So I don't want you to think that that you've fucked yourself over. No, it's also gotten you to know who you are in this now moment and the woman that you are, which is high quality. Okay. So you deserve a high quality man, not some piece of shit.
Okay.
So not that Glenn was a piece of shit. He was probably one of the better ones. And in the past, it feels like, and that's a good sign. You're getting better and better and better, so, just start looking out for that evidence. But just the biggest thing is to not overlook how something's, even if you can't identify what it is, but something just doesn't feel right. You can stop and you can be like, what's going on here? Something's not, and don't be afraid to ask or voice your opinion. They're not better than you. Just because you want to be in a relationship, they're not better than you. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. So is there anything else I can look into for you?
No, I think that's it for love and relationships.
Okay. Anything else you want me to move on to? A different topic?
Can you look at career or just overall profession?
Yeah. Are you currently working?
Yes, I have a full-time job.
Okay. So for time's sake, what is it that you do?
I'm in tech consulting.
Okay. Oh, that's really good for you. There's something about travel. Do you travel a lot? Well, maybe not now because of things, but do you like to travel? Would you?
Yeah, and the job is actually travel based. So
okay, because I'm like, there's travel.
Yeah.
I'm like, and you need that. It's interesting. Okay. Like, yes, I know you're loyal. Yes, but you're really inquisitive. And you're curious. And what's great about traveling for your job is, believe it or not, what that does for you is it gives you an opportunity to experience different environments, which is how you learn. You understand this?
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's something more. I'm talking bigger. You will be, I don't know if it's international travel, but I do feel like at some point you're going to be doing international travel. I know with, the virus and all that right now, who knows what the fuck, but this is, I'm thinking bigger. The other thing that I feel like you will be doing, again, it's a potential possibility. I'm not all knowing and I'm not all perfect, but I think you're also going to be mentoring people.
Yeah, I kind of do that now through my company. And I've done it in the past. I go into like high school students and just help them with their future.
Yep.
So,
yeah. So don't be surprised if you become a tech coach one day.
Oh, goodness.
This actually feels like it is freelance work. So what I'm saying about that is it's on the side work. So you do feel like you do work for a company or you work for other people or whatnot, but on the side, you help people for money. So it's not like you're just giving yourself away. You do help people. There's an aspect of helping people. So if you've ever considered having your own business, I do feel like you will. It'll be more freelance. You'll have the freedom to do it when you want to, when you need to. You built up some really great networking along the way.
Yeah.
What I love about you is you're so heart-centered, which is the way the world is moving. So you're kind of going to be, God, this sounds so weird to say it, but on the leading edge of heart-centered tech people. I don't know how to say that. Because, the tech industry right now is not very heart-centered.
Yeah.
And so
I always say that you can't be nice. It's consulting. So I'm like, you can't be nice in consulting. You have to like be assertive.
You can be assertive and nice.
Yeah.
That's where your niche is going to be, because you are a nice person, and as much as you want to try and escape it, you can't. But you can be assertive. You can step into your masculine energy for work. I have to on the business side. I have to, right? But when I'm doing this work, I have to be feminine because I have to be able to tap in, to release, surrender, to have that flow, right? Mm-hmm. So right now I'm in that feminine energy. When I'm with men, I'm practicing. I'm still learning feminine energy, right? But business building is more masculine. But you can still be. You're in fucking Aries. You will get it. Like, that's the thing about you, just being more heart-centered, is that you are different than other people, because you'll go in there with your, you'll be like, here I am, but you're going to do it with like a kindness and a compassion. So you'll be kind of similar to me, where you're not going to sugarcoat shit, right? You're going to tell it like it is, but you're going to really care for the other person and care what's best for them. That's heart-centered. It's not just about what's good for you. It's about what's good for them. So you're kind of on the leading edge like that. Not many people are like that in the tech world. So yeah, you can be aggressive, but you really would be aggressive with your heart more than anything else. Mm-hmm. So that's where I feel like your career-wise, like, I don't think you're going to really be in any type of problem in terms of having a career or getting a career. It's not like you really leave, because you'll always have that mentoring. You'll always have that ability on the side. So that's where that stability comes. And I don't know if you remember, because again, I channel this shit. Sometimes I don't remember 3 seconds before, but I think I had said something about your marriage, the potential and the possibility of it being really financially stable.
Yeah.
You might even be the breadwinner and the mom. How cool is that?
I love that.
Right? And why can't you do it? It's just, you learn how to do all this stuff. And I think that's what this does, is because there is some sort of flexibility with your career and being able to be a mom and a wife. And so having a career, being a successful businesswoman, but leading from her heart, and delegating other people. So you won't be in like, and this isn't the bigger picture, you will work for someone else, like another company, but I feel like you'll be on the executive level.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
CEO.
Yeah. Well, run a fucking company. Why not? You're a great person to do it. You're a great person to do it. You're loyalty, right? Heart-centered. You're an Aries, so you know about moving forward and cleaning up messes afterwards, which is great. Such a great, it seems like, oh my God, don't do that. But it actually is really good because it's risk taking. You don't get anywhere without taking risks. Mm-hmm. So that's really good. There will be a time, again, I feel like this is because you choose to play more of a mommy role. I do feel like there may be a period of time where you just kind of go like, I'm not going to work right now. But then again, you'll always have that work, like that freelancing, you know, your mentoring and coaching and all that, but from like working from another company or something.
Yeah.
Because there is a time period here where you're just resting. To me, like I'm feeling into it. It feels like it's mommy time. Like that's the reason for a rest. So I like that for you. And I'm sure you like it for you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the breadwinner.
Hey, you know, it'll just make your partner adore you even more. You know why? Believe it or not, they'll find your ability to go into masculine energy and out of masculine, like into masculine and into feminine. They'll find something extremely attractive. It's like, they'll be like, that's my wife. Like if you were to like step up and win an award because you had to do this, that, and the other thing, but then you come home to him and you're just soft and loving and mushy gushy. It's like, he's going to just adore you, because that's a hard thing to do, to manage and balance. Balance that masculine and feminine energy. And you can do it. You do have to learn. So there's room for you to learn. And I think that's part of that journey, that kind of painful journey. But you get there. I really feel like you get there. People are going to be envious of you. I just heard that. I'm like, okay, I'll let her know. But that's okay. You don't have to fall into their trap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've always like told myself, and like I was talking to my friend the other day about how like I perceive myself as like the alpha. Mm-hmm. So I just kind of like the head.
You can be the alpha, but in relationship, you have to not be the alpha.
Okay.
Because the reason why is because you want an alpha.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if there's already an alpha and there's another alpha, mm-hmm. So that's why I'm saying you have to get into not alpha. Right. So you can, you know, be like this. A very masculine man, even if he's sensitive, which is the ones I adore, will still want a feminine energy, because they have to live up to and be that protective provider. And if you don't let them, it's not going to happen. But you can still be the breadwinner, earn more money, and in work be that way. But with him, you can't be like, I will protect you, I will provide for you. Yeah. You can't go, here you go, honey, let me buy everything. You still have to let him. Yeah. And you can, and he can step into it, because if you can learn, and you're not there yet, okay? So it's something to learn. As soon as you leave work, boom, my penis is left at home. I mean, at work, at the office. Time to put on my vagina now. You know what I'm saying? So, and you will learn how to do that really well. And you're gonna be a really good mommy too. So you'll even be bringing that into motherhood. And your husband's gonna see like, holy fuck, how can she run a company, have her own business, and be this really great, nurturing, compassionate, loving mom, and a hot, sexy, compassionate wife to me. Like, how does she do it? You know, and that's because you do find an alpha, great. However, he's also got to be sensitive, okay? So he's got to be plugged into sensitivity. Otherwise, you won't be able to have, just in terms of what to look for in men. So he might come off as like being too much of like a wimp, but he's not a wimp. And that's why you need to give them time. these men times. So what he might show at first is wimpiness, or your definition of wimpiness, but God forbid some fuckface comes up to you and starts, like saying, "Hey baby," and you're with your guy, he's gonna be like, "Step aside, sweetie. Excuse me." And you're like, "I thought this guy was so nice and sweet and all of this." No, give him space, give him time to step into his masculinity, but don't let him, but he still has to show providing and protecting. You still have to have that sense. But again, this is through experience that you have, that does come. It does come. Yeah.
Can you see any like not career changes, or like maybe like physical location changes, any of moving coming into my near future?
I'm gonna pull some cards on that, but I really don't feel like there will be for a while.
Okay.
I don't know that you need to. It doesn't, as of this conversation, I gotta say, I don't feel that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't feel that. I do, the traveling will start picking up. So I don't know that you'll need to like actually physically move anywhere, because you'll feel movement just by traveling. Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, that's fine.
Like it. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it. Yeah. Well, is there anything else?
I don't know. Is there anything else that like you're picking up on? Any other?
Oh, okay. We can go. I can just start doing that for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If that's what you would like, let me just start. Let's see what's in store. Yeah. Okay. Do you know if there's a celebration coming up? I feel like the only reason why I say that is because I just felt like you were eating candy and like really sweet stuff, unless you have a sweet tooth.
I do, but my birthday is also coming up.
Okay. So. I'm like, so I want to say that this celebration, or there's going to be a sense of celebration, whereas your heart has kind of been like, and I feel like there's going to be this celebration of like, it's like this burst of true authentic joy that you haven't been able to have for a while. So if it's, and again, it's coming up as celebration. So if your birthday is, well, yeah, you said you're an Aries, so it's okay. Well, I mean, we're in Aries season already. It could have been past, but you know what you might want to do is really treat yourself really fun. Again, for you, the F word is fun.
Yeah.
See if you can, where are you where do you live?
New York City.
New York City. So how are things out there? Are they like opening up and all of that with, or are they still really strictly?
Things are like, the arts are coming back and all of that. It's mostly just food in New York City. So, yeah. But people are living their life normally.
Yeah. I mean, it's starting to get like that in LA too.
Yeah.
Thank God. Oh my God. But see if you can like get some friends together, like your people. I'm not talking about people that you would fill up just for space. Like your people, even if it's just 2 or 3 people, go out to have like a really good dinner. I don't know if you drink any alcohol or not. I'm not going to tell you to go out and get drunk. I'm not going to do that. But what I want to say is just really let loose and just really like be so present with your people, because there's such it feels like this is a stepping stone for you to expanding that heart and really like kind of making the designated past Gianna to present Gianna. Let's not worry about future Gianna yet, but we want to, get in touch with now Gianna. I love that for you. And again, there's this like real sweetness to it. So there's a little bit of innocence to it, even if you're doing naughty, raunchy things with girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever. But just make the people that you surround yourself for your birthday celebration, I want to say, make it count. So when I'm saying that is like your people, like people you would cry to with your nose running, like, get that, how you would get ugly honest with. Yeah. Because there's something so wonderful and special and meaningful about this particular birthday. God, I want to hear about it. Can you like will you drop me a
Yeah,
email and just
we'll
say,
do another one of these.
yeah, I want to hear about it because I kind of want to come. I kind of want to invite myself.
You're invited. Come over.
I'm like, I want to play with them because there's just so much love. Like I said, it doesn't have to be big.
Mhm.
You know, there could be 50 people, there could be 3 people, but they have to be your people. Okay.
Mhm.
And really ask them, oh, this is going to be really nice. This is going to be, I think this is part of that stepping stone. Ask them to be there for you. Like if they're like, I'm not sure, can you just say, please, this birthday means a lot to me. I really want you to be there. Because that's also part of you asking for what you want and your needs being met. Yeah. I got to tell you, spring is starting to, and are we officially? Yeah, I think we're officially in spring a few days ago, but by the end of spring, I just feel like you will just feel more like you. Okay. So you'll have gotten more into yourself. I feel, again, like I said, I think this birthday that's coming up, this celebrational aspect of your birthday, it's a turning point. It's a tipping point for you. So that's really good. Generally speaking, you got to get out of your head.
Okay.
That's all just coming from fear.
Yeah.
If you can just start telling yourself like, I am where I am and where I am is okay, as part of just accepting that this is where I am, and if I think and I rush about where I need to be, I'm just not going to be present with where I am. And I'm at the right time, at the right place all the time. And you're safe in the now. You part of you, the reason why it's like you have this anxiety about the future so much is because you don't feel safe in the now. And so you sort of disassociate to the future as a way of trying to cope with what's going on in the now moment. So try and be like really aware of like, what am I being triggered about? What just happened that made me like freak out and travel to the future? I call it time traveling. Travel to the future. Yeah. You know, you're you're so funny to me because you think so hard and so much, but you're so full of heart, you know, and like that's a really big thing for you to learn how to balance them, you know. And it comes with judgment. I don't know, you know, see, when you try and catch yourself being judgmental with yourself and then asking yourself, who's actually saying that? Is it me? Or is it another voice? And whose voice is it? Is it my grandma? Is it my uncle? Is it my mom? Is it my sister, my dad? Like, you know, because it's not your voice. It's not your voice. So you're kind of living a life for somebody else. Like maybe your parents had expectations of you. I was raised in terms of relationship. I was raised to get married and have kids and get an education. And if I worked, great. But really it would be my husband who would take care of me. That did not happen, you know? So, you know, just kind of take a good look at and see like, how was I raised to be in this situation? Yeah. So that's pretty much what's coming up. We still have like about 6 minutes or so. Do you want to do some breathing? I mean, it's the least that I can do. I can maybe teach you a little bit breathing, because unless you have another question that you want me to go into or whatnot.
No, not really any other questions. So whatever you
just want to
recommend.
end the session, I'll leave it up to you. We can do some breath work or we can just end, because you still have time. I want you to, you know.
Yeah. We can do some breath work. I think that'd be good for me.
So, one of the things, since you're very future oriented, you understand this, right?
Yeah.
That is anxiety.
Okay.
And when we live in our head, we're time traveling, and you're very cerebral. It's a wonderful sign of intelligence, but it also can get us like to overthink things, overanalyze things, and it helps us also talk ourselves out of situations that would be good for us. So have you ever done any type of breathing or any type of like meditation or anything like that? Deep breathing?
I've done like yoga sessions, but nothing like breathing oriented.
Okay. So this is what I'm going to have you do. I'm going to have you put either one or both of your hands on your heart. And you're going to really focus on your heart. Okay. So you're going to focus on your heart, because wherever we place our attention, that's where our energy is going. And you could do this with your eyes open or your eyes closed. It's totally up to you. And the first step is to just place your awareness on your heart. So you just notice your heart. Just be like, hey, heart. And you're literally placing your focus now on your heart. And then you're just going to breathe into your heart. So you're going to inhale into your heart, hold it, and then you're going to exhale out of your heart. So now you're going to breathe into your heart. Let's do it one more time. Breathe in and hold it. And now exhale out of your heart. So you're probably going to want to do that for about a minute just to start. See, already your eyes are like, and you can even just set the alarm on your phone.
Okay.
You know, and you're just going to do that. The second part to it, you would find a heart-centered, high elevated emotion. So something like care or compassion or appreciation. So what's something that you appreciate, just generally speaking? What do you appreciate?
I don't know, just being where I am and having the opportunities that I've had.
Okay. So you're at a good place in your life, like in terms of career and finance, or?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just appreciate that you have, would you call it a successful career right now, or how would you define it?
I would say successful.
Successful? You can,
Yeah.
that feels right to you? You feel successful in business right now?
Yeah, I know I'm performing well, and
I appreciate how well I perform. Yes, I appreciate how well I perform. Okay, so we have our hands back on our heart, right? So this time we're going to take 2 deep breaths into and out of the heart. And I want you, as you're placing your awareness on your heart, to feel that appreciation for how well you perform at work. Okay, so let's take 3 deep breaths together. I'll guide us. So in and hold it. And exhale. In and hold it. And exhale. And now just continue breathing into and out of your heart, but appreciating how well you perform at work or with your work. So we'll just sit here for a moment and you just sense and feel that appreciation of how you perform at work. Okay, good. And so then you would do that for a minute. And then this is the last part to this, okay? And you would do this last part for a minute too. So in total, it's 3 minutes that you're spending with your heart, okay? You just add on to that. We build to it, right? So we're breathing into and out of the heart, and then we're appreciating something. It's your performance for work. And then what I want you to do is from the heart, send that out. So for example, you would send it to me right now, right? Because you're talking to me, but you can send that appreciation, just the appreciation. You would send it to me, you would send it all out, okay? So let's go ahead, we'll take another 2 deep breaths here, okay? And then appreciate, and then we'll send it out. I'll guide you through it, okay? So go ahead and breathe in and hold it into the heart. And now exhale from the heart. Breathe into the heart and hold it. And exhale. Now just find a comfortable breathing pattern for yourself and really feel into that appreciation of how well you perform at work. Now go ahead and emit that or push that or send that appreciation to me. Good. Good job. So then that would be for a minute too. So we just played around a little bit, but did you notice anything or feel anything? Do you feel your energy different in just that short amount of time?
Yeah, I just feel a lot calmer.
Calm.
With myself.
Exactly. The heart has the largest electromagnetic field of the body, and it also has neurons in it. So your heart is also your brain. So your heart is super smart. Your heart has the ability to change your emotions and whatever feelings you have. So when you place your attention on it, you're now sending your energy, you're collecting your energy back to you, which is going to calm you down and replenish your field. And that appreciation is going to take you to higher frequencies. And so that's what you did. You just literally gave yourself the best self-love that you can do. And we just did it in like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, right? So if you can do that a few times a day, you watch to notice like how your behavior and your thoughts shift and change because you're starting to connect to yourself. When we feel connected to ourselves, we feel safe in this world. So when you're going out and you're worrying so much and you're considering the future so much, your energy is going out, right? But now you can bring your energy back into you, and then you feel safe, and you're like, right now I'm safe. Okay? And sometimes you can even just, walk around with your heart. Like I will do this all the time, especially when I'm anxious. I just do this. So really quick, Gianna, before we go, how did you find out about me or how'd you hear about me?
So I have been wanting to do this for a while, and then I just came across your video with Colleen on YouTube, and then I saw another session that you did and just wanted to book a session.
Oh, well, it was lovely working with you, and you know where to find me if you need me again. You're gonna be and do just great because you're an Aries, you're an ass kicker. Shh, don't tell anyone I said that. And I'll make sure that I send you a link so you can download this. It'll either come today or tomorrow to the address that you booked this session to, okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
You're very welcome, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too, thanks.
Bye-bye.